Hello, this is your host, Ricky Klein, the Cassette Master. And things are going to be taking some changes. Starting on the 28th of April 2018, the day I clocked 200,000 miles. We will be having to do some changes to setups. The current setup of my desk / micro workbench for tiny repairs is in this current state. We have this one solitary desk, a Marantz 2015 vintage stereo system, complete with Tandberg speakers, and a computer, and a couple monitors. But not much else. For way too long, I've been waiting to get a workbench set up. This is another computer, an XP. There's an EEPROM programmer. And for far too long, I've been waiting to get a workbench. And have yet to get a workbench. And this machine here patiently awaits a restoration. So far, it has received an old sewing needle, which I'm hoping will work. And I have fresh, new old stock, clear, 35mm film. But this area will have to be cleared, way-made carpet barriers put in, because already there's a couple desks, piece of painted plywood painted today, some material has been prepared, and tomorrow, the 29th of April of 2018, I should, if I can procure enough people to help me, I should be able to have the workbench itself erected, and then begin laying multitudes of drawers of electronic components, test equipment, computers, and other such mumbo jumbo, soldering iron and so forth. And once that's set up, not only will I be able to get back to working on some electronic projects, but I can also get back to bigger restoration jobs, such as the restoration of the record graph Model A. Obviously, at this time, it is not completed yet. I'm just going to go ahead and show some progress. Here is a computer desk. The computer will be one of the last things to be moved, because the computer is a source of entertainment from the internet, and therefore I don't want to have to move it until it's the absolute thing that's necessary to move. And anyway, it will be moved to a temporary location and then returned to its more permanent residence once the workbench is built. But as for right now, you can notice these two IKEA shelf things are no longer where they used to be. The Tandberg speakers are out in the open, and the computer, the Windows XP, is no longer over there. Yes, there's a bunch of crap there, but See, a lot of stuff has been moved away. There's the two IKEA things. And I got some mumbo jumbo in there. And anyway, and I got a number of things thrown around over here, including my mechanical pencil, blurry mind you, HD blurry, mechanical pencil collection. And then some mumbo jumbo on the kitchen area, and I know I'm lazy as crap. I know. Well, viewers, the workbench is still not made yet, or completed or whatever yet. It's still the same day, but I have moved desk. Notice it's no longer a window behind here. The desk has been moved, and then sits the Marantz, and the speakers, as you can see, have been moved. This is only a temporary location for the computer until it will finally get put back onto the workbench once the workbench is built. But now looking over here, you can see this space where the desk was sitting has been cleared off. And you can see I have two, I think, 6 feet by 8 feet mats. These gray mats here are used to protect the original green carpet, because this original green carpet, anyway, this is a rented place, so the workbench will go here. So then whenever I'm working on projects and I'm clipping little wires, stripping wires, and little bits and bobs are falling down, and I'm drilling a hole here and there in a case or something, those little bits and bobs won't fall into the nice carpet, but will just fall onto my service mats here. So the mats will just act as protection. I imagined a plastic one originally, but I kind of like the idea of a more carpeted, soft one, so I got these gray ones instead, and they seem to be pretty nice. And anyway, so I'll be keeping you viewers, well, this is all going to be edited together into one video anyway. This entire video is going to end up showing the workbench and stuff. I mean, for Pete's sake, I'm going to say I want to keep you guys posted, but it's as if it was one of those, you know, videos that one gets uploaded and then something's done and then another one gets uploaded and so forth. But this is just all going to be in one video. This is your host again, coming at you again with great power to give you another update. As you can see, now the actual workbench area is in place. The format uses two identical desks, computer desks, rather dusty, complete with these little areas which were probably made for putting a computer tower in, but a rather narrow computer tower. It has been modified with two additional shelf pieces installed. Notice the nail punched nail sticking out there. And here's the other one, and I know part of this is covered up, but we have this large board, 42 inches this way. And one of these old wooden folding tables. And this is the beginning stages of my workbench. I got a couple old bookshelves here, which would just be for miscellaneous mumbo jumbo, you know, tape recorders and bits and bobs, and tape recorders and cords and bits and bobs and more tape recorders. Hope you enjoy. Mind the gap. Here, you can see some changes. No, the workbench is not complete at this time, as in not everything is set up on it at this time. But the workbench itself is done. Here you can see the Marantz 2015 and the Tandberg speakers, and of course the computer. Here displayed is my mechanical pencil collection. Now, as we go on, you can see, unfortunately, part of the window is covered up. There's a large shelf, and the workbench has some things on top, and another large shelf. And the workbench is here. Now, these large shelves like this, I have mixed feelings about. I was originally going to have these against a wall on the floor. But things have changed a little bit, because I thought to myself, this would fit on the side. It looks like I measured it, and it does. And already I was planning on putting supports up to put a fluorescent light across the workbench. So I thought, okay, when I had this shelf up here, I thought, put the other one on the other side over here. I could get a 2x4, string it across, and put a fluorescent light across for illumination of the workbench, because I was already planning on getting a fluorescent light for it, because my workbench, I need more light, and even videos shot of the workbench, believe me, they need more even lighting if possible. So I figured it's going to be worth it to have the lighting, so that's how I'm going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, 9:04 p.m. on the 30th of April 2018, I want to update you viewers on the status of the workbench. The good news, everyone, presented to you by Professor Farnsworth from Futurama, who has different lengths of wire, in the year 3000, is the fact that my workbench, aside from the overhead light, which will be later, is basically complete. Ricky Klein, or Richard Klein, going by my actual middle name, who is soon to go to bed after this video portion is shot on a work night, having to get up at 5 the next morning, is showing you the Marantz stereo as a starter to the more updated and basically finished workbench setup. The computer area, or more precisely the monitor area, with the computer down there, is there along with the console collection. Here's where you start to see some old quote-unquote faces reveal themselves that you may have not seen in many videos since the Arkansas heydays. Of course, some of this stuff was set up in the earlier Massachusetts times in my past dwelling place. Now finally you can see the workbench set up in a very nice way. Lots of drawers of electronic components, chips, transistors, resistors, capacitors, diodes, and so forth. Various different pieces of test equipment, pulse generator, power supply, scope, frequency counter, meters, etc. All set up here. breadboards, capacitor meter, and various different things, and also a full kit of multiple precision resistors. Anyway, it's very nice to finally have this set up. Of course, on top, across from these two bookshelves is going to be a long 2x4 with a fluorescent light installed, and then I'm thinking of getting a second 2x4 which I'll mount to a piece of wood, which I can mount to some bolts to hold the camera in place so I can get a top-down view in some videos similar to what I did back in Arkansas on the old bed construct, which has since been destroyed. That's right, destroyed. So it's very nice to have this workbench. I'll finally be able to be working on restorations of larger machines such as the record graph machine and the MagnaCord 1048 reel-to-reel deck, which needs to be have a slight problem with it fixed, and any other pieces of equipment that come down the pike. And of course I'll be able to be building some projects such as lithium battery charger for 18650 cells. If I go over here, I haven't had the XP computer hooked up over here yet, but this is where I'm going to put the Windows XP as well as the EEPROM programmer with the parallel port and the EEPROM eraser. And you can see I have amassed a number of 18650 lithium cells, and I'm kind of got interested in getting to doing some things with these batteries. I'm going to be doing some conversions. Hopefully these old batteries might still be usable, but they're discharged to an incredibly low 0.2 volts, which is extremely bad for lithium. They came out of an old drill thing, a drill battery pack that was given to me. But hopefully these batteries can be charged and put to use. And I got several battery holders on eBay, so I'm planning on building a nice lithium battery charger from a circuit I found on the website of the YouTuber Diode Gone Wild. And I'm also planning on building this battery analyzer to get amp hour ratings for these batteries and various other batteries. And I'm planning on doing a conversion of some of my tape recorders to run on lithium batteries. And I'll be making some videos of the conversions for the tape recorders to run on lithium batteries. That will be pretty cool. And anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video showing the update on my workbench. And anyway, I gotta get to bed. Gotta get up at 5. It bloomin' sucks. But getting off at 3:15 makes it all worth it.